Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Amanda. If you are new here and it's your first time, welcome. Welcome to episode 5 of The Aspiring Artist. And as you could tell, we are no longer in San Myshuno. We are actually in Magnolia Promenade. I had to move Mava out of San Myshuno for a couple of reasons, but long story short, I was having routing issues with townies leaving the vendors and coming through her apartment. I was also having the wall cutaway issue where inactive apartments' walls would be down at the same time as Mava's, and I was also having overlapping festivals in the Spice District where items weren't despawning when they were supposed to. So I did end up moving her here to Magnolia. I put down these brownstones so that it looks more like that city feel, and I also feel like the skyline of this world resembles that of San Myshuno, especially at night, so I feel like it still has that same feel as the city. So anyways, I did move her here to Magnolia Promenade, and I moved her into this home that was built by Freezer Bunny on the gallery. This is their Copperdale apartment build. It originally came with 3 floors. I did keep the lower floor, but it is completely empty because I did not think it was realistic for Mava to have that much space based on where she is in her life right now. I completely got rid of the 3rd floor and I extended the wall height of the 2nd floor so that the build did not look too out of place next to the other brownstones we have around it. But I did add a side area over here, kind of like a backyard. And if you like this hot tub, you can actually get it from a Winged Llama. This is by them and it is available on their Tumblr. And I added a grill out here and a seating area, but it is winter, so that actually won't be used for a while. And also, if we come over here and take a look at her bills here, her bills are going to be more expensive. Her bills are estimated to be around 2,000 simoleons here, compared to in the city where her rent was about $500 every week. However, for story purposes, we can say that it's actually cheaper for her to live out here than it was for her to live in the city, especially because after last episode, with Leandro withdrawing all of the help he was giving Mava, everything is completely on her now. And so we can actually say that it's cheaper for her to live here in Magnolia than it was for her to live in the middle of the city. But let me give you guys a quick tour of her new place. Okay, so I am zoomed all the way out because this is a small apartment, and so the cinematic camera would not cooperate. But you come in through here and you're greeted by her small entryway here. I did try to keep that same feel of her place that was in San Myshuno because she is an artist, and so I wanted to keep that same vibe of her having art all over the place, but I did make it a bit more of a mature feeling, I guess is the term I'm looking for, because some time has passed in this LP. It's been a while since the first episode and Mava has matured a little bit. She's a little bit older now, and so I kind of wanted this apartment to reflect that. So this is her kitchen over here. Sorry, the walls are acting all crazy, but this is her kitchen over here. She has tons of natural light coming in through the big windows over here. Then she has a small living area right by the window where she could just sit and relax on the couch. Tons of artwork, like I said. She has a small dining area over here with the TV above it and a speaker up there. Because it is just her, so I just added 2 chairs, so when she has people over, you know, there is seating for them to sit. And then you come around this way. Her bathroom is through here. There's not much to the bathroom, it's just a bathroom. I did put her laundry in here because I love doing laundry in the game. I know it's one of those mundane tasks, but I love doing laundry. I love bust the dust. I love all those boring things. And then her shower just over there. And then through this door is her bedroom. So we have her bed, of course, obviously. And then we have more canvases on the floor. Over here is just her dresser and her laundry basket. Very simple, tons of art everywhere. Then we come out through here, and the last room of this place is actually her office and art room. And so she has this L-shaped desk over here with tons of natural light coming in. We have a lot of her art supplies out on the desk, more canvases on the floor, more art on the wall. We have donation posters for art museums, and of course we have her easel in here as well so that she can paint, because that is her main thing. And so yeah, that is her whole new place. Like I said, this is small and I wanted it to be that way so it still had that apartment type feel, I guess, like she had in the city. I'm actually going to have her come in here. I'm going to have her cook something because she is a little bit hungry, and she does like the place. I accidentally canceled that out, but she does like the place. She had that nicely decorated buff. You know how like sometimes you'll move your Sims into a place and you'll spend like hours on it, and you'll move them in and they'll be like, oh, I hate this. This is hideous. So I am happy that she liked it. But she did also develop the single and loving it lifestyle. It says, nothing tying me down from single and loving it lifestyle. There's nothing like the sweet smell of independence after a nice long sleep. Mabel loves waking up single. She probably has that because after all the drama with Taylor and Leandro, she's just enjoying being by herself right now. I do think that that's probably still heavily on her mind. When I first loaded in the other day, she did have a want to chat with Taylor. And so maybe if they see each other, Mabel might actually approach Taylor and try to talk to her. I don't know how well that is going to go, but for right now, Mabel just doesn't really want all that type of drama in her life. It's not really what she was looking for when she originally moved to the city anyway. So I do think it's fitting that she's developed the single and loving it lifestyle. As you guys can see, she only has 591 simoleons. That is not enough to pay her bills. And I'm actually going to have her invite over her best friend Natalie and Natalie's roommate as well. This is Steph. This is actually Natalie's roommate. If you remember Natalie, Natalie is Mabel's closest friend, and her and Steph do live together. Steph is actually a musician. Oh, she's actually coming in here to talk to me. Steph was not at the party. Her and Mabel don't actually know each other that well, as you guys can see. They're basically acquaintances. So Steph was not there, but Natalie was. And I had Mabel invite them over because Mabel has not actually seen Natalie since the party. Natalie has been trying to contact Mabel, and Mabel was not responding. She was so upset after everything. After everything that happened, she didn't really want to reach out to anyone. And so I feel like Natalie's kind of freaking out because she's like, oh, finally you want to, talk to me. Did you see all my messages? And I'm going to have her come over here and have a deep conversation with Natalie and just kind of explain how she was feeling after the party, because Natalie was really worried about Mabel after not hearing from her for a while after she left. She didn't know about everything that happened when Mabel went home with Leandro. But she is just going to kind of explain to them like, hey, I'm sorry I didn't respond to your messages after the party. When Leandro took me home, things kind of just went downhill. And Natalie's like, downhill how? And May's like, well, after everything that went down, she didn't really feel like actually reaching out and talking. Mabel just kind of wanted time to just reflect and just be to herself for a little while and just really, think about her life and think about what her next move was going to be and how she was going to really get into her career. And when Natalie was reaching out, she wasn't really in the headspace to talk. And so she is just kind of explaining that to them. And they're like, girl, we completely understand, but I was worried about you. And May has apologized for that, but at the same time, she also just needed a little bit of space. I do want her to become closer friends with Steph, because Steph is Natalie's roommate, and so they'll probably be seeing each other quite often, probably as almost as much as May does see Natalie. But she's also going to tell them like, guys, I am a little bit stressed though because the bills here, and I still have to register for school, and I have all my student loans. And Natalie's going to be like, May, what if you just sign up for like a part-time job that you could also do while you're in school? And May's like, maybe a barista or something. And that's like, maybe. Natalie a hug just as like, and I'm sorry for not, opening up sooner and telling you about everything that happened. It says, good one. Mabel can't stop laughing. The joke Stephanie just told her was way too good. Is it a moment of realization that Mabel likes jokes? Also, her and Stephanie are getting closer. I do like that. That's what I want. I want her to have, a close friendship with Steph too, the same way she has with Natalie, because Mabel doesn't have like a lot of friends. She is technically friends with Leandro and with Robin as well, But Robin was Leandro's friend first before she was Mave's friend. These are kind of like May's friends of her own, if that makes sense. But I'm actually going to have Mava come in here on the computer and she's going to look for a job because she definitely needs the money. If she does barista, that might actually be easier to balance that with school. So I think we're going to do like how she was thinking when she was talking to Natalie when she was thinking about the coffee. I think we will have her do a barista job and then she can also make money from selling her paintings as well. And I'm also going to have her go ahead and re-enroll for university as well. We'll have her do the 4 classes anyway, since she only needs those to finish school. And she's going to be staying right here in her apartment slash house. Her total cost will be $14,080, and she does not have that help anymore. And she definitely does not have the funds. And so she's going to take out a loan for that. And let's see, what does she have to do this semester? She has to take a final exam. She has to submit a term paper, give a presentation, and take another final exam. I'm going to have her work on another painting because tonight actually I want her to meet up with Carlo tonight, because if you remember from her party, Carlo is the person that has a lot of ownership the art museum, and that could be her way into that by developing a closer relationship with Carlo. And so they're just talking, and I feel like she's just telling him like, I'd love to meet up with you, maybe get a drink or something. Wade said, he's also from the party, he said, an acquaintance was telling me how much they dislike you. Try being a little nicer. Becoming disliked is a slippery slope. The only acquaintance could be Taylor. Wade was also one of the guests at the party, and Taylor was probably talking about Mava behind her back to other people from the party. Mava does not care. She doesn't even care about Wade. So whatever. See, she got other things on her mind anyway. She is painting level 7 now. It says Mava can now create high skill pop art, medium skill surrealism, and medium skill impressionistic paintings. I did give this place the natural light lot tray and the home studio lot tray as well. So it makes her paintings better, and I'm going to have her put this in her inventory. Okay, and she's going to message Carlo and tell him like I'm on my way. Let's have her send Carlo a quick text. Okay guys, so we are out with Carlo. He suggested this place and Maeve was like, I recognize this place because if you remember back from one of the first few episodes, I think it might have actually been like the first episode. This is where her and Leandro came the first time. And so she's kind of having flashbacks to that, but she doesn't tell Carlo that yet. I will get Mava the Tequila Sunrise just because it's the chef's special. Carlo would have, maybe he'll have an old fashioned or whatever, or maybe this one. They're going to have drinks and she is a little bit hungry. This is coming out of Carlo's pocket. He's the one who, you know, suggested that they come here. Mava did say that she wanted to meet up. He suggested this place, and so this is going to be coming out of his pocket. Mava's going to have not the pufferfish nigiri. I do not want to risk her dying. Maybe she'll have ramen, and I do want her to just have a deep conversation with Carlo. She learned that he is a romantic sim. Who is this? Jeffrey? Why Jeffrey and the host beefing? Anyways, I do feel like they would discuss, you know, things that happened at the party. I feel like Maeve was probably telling him about everything that actually happened afterwards, because remember, Carlo and Leandro are really good friends. That's why he was willing to let Leandro use his mansion for the party and all of that. And so she's probably just like not telling him about what happened in full at her apartment, but basically just saying, yeah, I didn't know everything that was going on with Taylor, and I was just kind of blindsided by all of that at the party. And he's like, well, did you try to come onto him or something? You guys got into a fight? And May's like, yeah, stupidly. And she's like, I just kind of want to talk about my art. She can express admiration to Carlo. and just kind of flatter him. And once again, just like saying thank you so much for the party, even though some drama went down. I did really enjoy it. I enjoyed myself. And then maybe she could ask him, like, do you come here a lot? And he's like, yeah, it's a pretty popular spot of mine. And she's still just kind of like, oh yeah, this is my first time being here. No one that is not. He was going to look at something on the wall. Come sit. And their food is here as well. Please don't stand up to eat. That is so annoying. What? How come he can't eat at the table? Dine out is so irritating, for real. Okay, I guess he's not eating his ramen, which is fine, whatever. But I do want her to share ideas with him and, just kind of tell him, like, did you see my Simstagram? And he's like, yeah, I was actually scrolling through it not too long ago, and I'm really impressed by your work. And she can also tell a funny story to him about some of her artwork that's on her Simstagram. I feel like he's intrigued. And I want Carlo, see, he didn't eat his ramen, that's why he's hungry. And I do want Carlo to just continue getting to know Mava better. I just want them to continue getting to know each other, better. Okay, so as you guys can see, Mava does have some sentiment about Carlo. She feels like they are growing together from quality time. And she also has a sentiment saying, I know they've got my back. Mava is confident she does not have to feel nervous around Carlo. I'm going to have him go ahead and pay this bill, and then he can actually order drinks for them from the bar. Maybe they could just have some wine. And so they are just going to have a wine together. And Carlo downed that in one sip. Dang, Carlo. He's also feeling drunk. How's Mava feeling? Mava's feeling a little tipsy. I think they're developing a really good friendship with each other. May's feeling drunk now too. And she also has work just in 5 hours and class in 9 hours. So I'm actually going to have them head out. I am happy that they got closer as friends. Oh, and Carlo got a sentiment about Mava. He says, I'm glad you don't think my llama jokes are getting old. I feel like you just get me. I feel like Mava did want to ask him more about if he heard from Leandro or anything like that, but she didn't want to come off as seeming like she cared or wanted to know, and so she didn't bring him up. But I feel like she wanted to ask him, but she wants to stay true to just giving them that space between them. And Carlos probably asking her, like, do you need me to get you a ride home? Do you need me to, make sure you get there safe? And she's like, no, I've been down that path before. I'm not doing that again, buddy. I'll catch an Uber. So Mava is back home, and I'm going to have her come in here, and she does have work in a few hours. Her first class is also going to be at 9:30. She gets out of work at 7 a.m. Let's have her work through her homework real quick, because after she is done with classes tomorrow, I do want her to work on selling her paintings in the city. And so we need to get her homework out of the way. Okay, so it is 3 a.m. now, and she has work in only 2 hours. Maybe she could just come in here and take a nap, because I do not think she has time to actually go to sleep. She'll miss work. So I'll just have her take a quick nap. She stayed out way too late with Carlo, but it was worth it. So she is off to her first day of work, and there is the notification that it is Christmas. I do feel like her parents would probably text her like, hey, Merry Christmas, or, like, we miss you or something like that. But if you remember back from episode 3, you already know the type of relationship that Mava has with her parents. It is very volatile and unpleasant, and I do not feel like she would be interested in responding to anything from them. This is with her father. See, like I was just saying about her parents, you know, how they have that very volatile relationship, and now she has a want to be mischievous with Mark because they are enemies. Mark is her father, if you did not know. She could just sleep here on the couch. I don't want her to sleep through class. She has 25 minutes. Oh, Elizabeth from the party said, congratulations on landing that sweet job. I think this is going to be great for you. Elizabeth is the one who was being nosy like the whole party. So I actually really like that she messaged Mava like congrats on the job. That's really cute. And so we'll catch up after she gets back from class. Okay, guys, while May was in the shower, her first round of bills actually came, and they are, like I said earlier, 1,191 simoleons. So she really has to hustle on her art. Okay, and she is off to her last class of the day, and then we will try to sell some of her art. It is a blizzard. Hopefully, it's not weather like this in the city as well, but we will see when we get there. Okay, so we are here in San Myshuno, and thankfully there is not a blizzard over here in the city, and I'm going to have her place down her selling board, and we're going to go ahead and stock it. And this is all that she has made. And since Mila is already over here looking, maybe we can give her a sales pitch. She was interested as soon as we got here, so but you were just here looking at it. Why are you now saying you don't like anything? You're still looking at our artwork. Like, what's the problem? Why is no one liking these sales pitches? Desmender, do you see anything that you like from our table, maybe? Jeffrey with this big old coat on, you see anything you want? I know you're rich. Oh, she has a want to chat with Wade. Wade is the one that texted her earlier about her being a bad person or whatever. I feel like she wants to maybe tell him the truth of what happened. But we don't really know Wade enough for that to actually matter. Oh, he bought one, 788 simoleons, 822 simoleons. Awesome. She does now have enough for her bills. She has 2,207 simoleons from people buying her artwork, which is fantastic. So it says, oh, it's Kiyoshi. Let's give Kiyoshi a sales pitch. Oh, is he interested? Are you buying Kiyoshi? 600 simoleons. This is awesome. 600 simoleons, okay. But she made a lot of money, so even if she doesn't sell these final two, she has more than enough to pay her bills and also to put a little bit on her loans as well. Mava is actually getting pretty tired and her needs are low, and she's also feeling overwhelmed because she's been out here for so long. And so I'm actually going to have her go ahead, clear the table. She did make good money today. Okay guys, so now that she is back home, she can come over here and pay her bills out of the money that she made. I do feel like she needs to unwind because she is feeling so stressed out. Maybe she can make a loan payment as well. So her minimum is 1,575 simoleons. She owes 26,256 simoleons. And so for now, she's just going to make that minimum. And that left her with 679 simoleons. So even though she made quite a bit from the sale, she's going to have to still really hustle with her artwork, which is to be expected. It's not going to be easy to make a lot of money and to get her life where she wants it. And I think she's also going to, she is exhausted, but I think she is also going to text Carlo and just tell him about how her sale went, because I do feel like she is trying to sort of prove herself to Carlo, you know, prove that she is worthy of one day having her own art show at that museum. So I do think she's just going to message him like, hey, I had a sale today and I actually made a lot of money from it. And then she could also work on some of this homework. She does have work again in 5 hours and classes in 8 hours as well. So let's have her work on this stuff and then I will have her head to bed. I feel like the reason why she wants to talk to Wade is because really it's Leandro and Taylor that are on her mind, but she's just trying to shove it aside right now and just focus on her short-term goals and just trying to really keep her head above water. So yeah, Mava is just sleeping right now. Like I said, the next day she just has work and school again, and she does need to continue making paintings, of course, so that she can make more money from selling them. But I'm actually going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode right here. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.